NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Got it.
Set him on this drive, boys.
Keep him up.
Right now, let's go get six.
Can score on it.
Roll the boys. Time to go get six.
Let's get out of that zone.
Now ETN to start the drive. That's a rumor. He's at the 30. That's the try. Touchdown, Jaguars. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he's always scheming, always preparing, and it seems like
after the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 26. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tight matchups now. If you can't run with the tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 11 more on that one and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to help. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
3rd and 1. Here's Mills. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Rashad Bateman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Etienne up the middle. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 89 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Lawrence. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The Jaguars at 4-6 now on the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. That's returnable now for Smith. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. These two teams, they met earlier in the year in Jacksonville with the Jags coming out on top. So a win here in Jacksonville would give them the season series. first down throw for Mills. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. These two teams all tied after one. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And they'll send the slot in motion left. First and 10, it's Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Mills. And this one is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football here into that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. And this will complete to Will Fuller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 18. Back to the ground with Pierce. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Play fake, Mills. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye-Oluokun.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there. Said not so fast to a good drive. Then marched to the end zone the last time out.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring that 4th down here.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
From the 6. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Here's Smith to return it. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On 2nd and 9, Mills. He finds Bateman over the middle. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 75 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good...
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Rashad Bateman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
Jet sweep to start the drive. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Has a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mills. And it'll be intercepted. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders, who knows what it could be. He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
A shotgun snap and again ETN. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And this Texans defense stands tall. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on first and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to run down. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm William Brown getting set for It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
There you go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
Mills on first down. Dancing to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
So line of scrimmage still with 39 on second and 10. And the tight end goes in motion left. Throwing again, Mills on second and 10. Man open downfield, it's Fuller. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pierce. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dameon Pierce hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On 1st down, Lawrence. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now Lawrence. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Play action now. Mills. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
There on the stop was Leo Chanel. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mills. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line. Pierce now up the middle. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing, Mills. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short. The decision to take him home gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Here's Pierce. Is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
Again, it's Pierce. And this time he's not going anywhere. In fact, he'll lose yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. They'll run forward Pierce, and he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Another try after the 1st down sack. Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. Finding room at midfield. He's still on his feet. Zay Jones. Touchdown, Jaguars. He's got them out to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense and make sure to let his quarterback know just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score in special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
122 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go again with Pierce. And some room to run there. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory.
Here we go, here we go.
And they take a knee. And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. The 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, you know, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
take a knee here. So this one in the win column for the Texans, and it was thanks in a large portion to the play of their starting quarterback, Charles. That's Davis Mills.
Yeah, what struck me was how composed he was in the pocket. The numbers weren't spectacular. He had 2 touchdown passes, that's it. But he led his guys on some important drives when they needed it most, and they're going to come away with the victory.
So for Houston, the streak is over as they finally get a win after 10 losses to start the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back.
Dollar. Hey. DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute, I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Brand up in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD, baby, know that's a gang. Crazy girls after the game. We throwing hundreds, we going insane. Pouring this. Yeah, homies got me pouring this. We get awards, but we give God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on the trophy. Feel like Freddie Mercury, we the champions. Here in Los Angeles, we doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
Feeling like I can't miss. Baby, it's all in the wrist. You really wanna be the boss, it's expensive. Ain't the real champ if you never defend it. Put in that work, I'ma make them remember. I just broke down hella trees, yelling timber. Stand in the line, they put me in the center. It blow they mind when they see how I'm winning. Went back and doubled up, now you in trouble. My all hustle, my diamonds are huddled up. TGOD got this off the muscle. Ask me about my life, man, I love it. Got so many rings, I need room for another one. Been through the pain, now it ain't no more struggle. My team win the game, put our face on the cover, brother. We the champions.
Here in Los Angeles, we doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
I told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. I'm whipping in track out with messed up suspension. I drove it so fast that I blew out the engine. I kept it too real ever since the beginning. I play offensive D, I might switch my position. Lil' mama was thirsty, so I had to quench. I'ma drive real fast, cause you know I shoot quick. Just like traffic Kelsey, I be having emotions. Just like a lamb, man, you know I'm exploding. My heart cold, bad, I ain't got emotions. I'm going hard, yeah, you know I'm devoted. We running streets, yeah, you know we control it. She love the kids, she be busting it over. I'm quarterbacking like I'm Kyler Murray. Trying to win, I'm up at practice early. Going crazy, I just real the jersey. It's the first half, and we done dropped 30. We just up to scoring them, boy, man. I told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game.
Money on my mind, head in the game. It's like I scored again, diamonds on them dance. I can hear the music playing with them bands. Crowd going wild, dived in the fans. I'm locking in on a mission, I turn my vision. You young and she get like me. I got your shorty, she with me. I gave her a jersey, I told her to join my team. It's best you go where it's safe. You know how I play. I get to a sack like Frank. You can teach money to fly. I turn it up hop. I catch it and go to the bank. It's crazy, I'm used to the lights. I'm shining so bright. This visor to cover my face. You see me working and working. I'm getting it done. But soon they be feeding me grapes. Run up the scope.
I told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game.
They screaming my name when I walk in the building. Yellow diamonds on me like I play for the Steelers. I'm in the field, yup, just like a Steeler. Oh, this your girl, my band had the Steeler. I hop on the beat and I float like a river. I caught a TD, yeah, right across the middle. I'm speaking facts, boy, you telling riddles. Can't hang with the gang, so we had to sit them down. I'm in LA, riding around in the ram. My dog just called, say he finna touch down. When I call a play, you won't hear a sound. Hold up, money calling right now. I gotta go and get it, and it don't matter how. All I know is, man, yeah, I'm 10 toes down. I keep my head high and my eyes on the prize. Yeah, my feet on the ground. Let's go. Let's go.
I told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. Turned up, turned down right now. Too dope, make better get